Okay, take 3 on recording the new SRB2Kart modded track showcase. 32 track showcase. I'm gonna get this intro right eventually. Let's go. So in a marathon setting, what I would do is I would talk a little bit about how mods work, particularly by going in here. See, like you can come in here and just load anything in the mods folder. All your downloaded stuff that you get from servers and whatnot goes into here. The game itself comes packaged with like this bonus characters package automatically, which if you come into player setup, it loads in a bunch of these. I could talk a little bit about the stats, the relation between acceleration, max speed, handling, and weight. Well, I had a couple minutes of intro basically at the beginning of that, but for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to take too much time on that. The next thing I would do is I will quickly load a replay just to load the actual mod set that I'm using. That's the easiest way to do it. And we'll quickly exit that replay. So we're not doing that track, even though it's a fun track. Not doing it. But then we're gonna get into go fix my player setup because now I've changed it. Yep, there's Mew. That's the character I like to play. And the color I like. And then we load into, nope, not that. Load into a map, into a track because I need to be in multiplayer to use the console. I need to put in a 1 command, which will change my stats to 5.7, which is how I like to play, despite Mew stats being 5.2. And I talk a little bit about that in the process. And this is kind of another demonstration of a mod in a way. I suppose I can also. What do you mean autoaccel is off? HM autoaccel on. And then you can do like. There's another nice feature of one of the mods. You can have this auto acceleration thing where literally you just drive and it auto accelerates for you. It's neat. Another cool mod functionality. If you hold brake, it stops. You still have to like use your acceleration button to get your like starting boost and whatnot. But I don't like to play with it off. I don't like to play with it personally, but it's a nice comfort feature for people. So what we're actually going to do is also demonstrate the splits mod, which is particularly what is used for doing this run. It automatically goes from track to track and puts a little timer on the bottom right, sort of live split like. All right, I need to load real quick my sheet so that in case I get any gold times, I can take those down. Let's see here. No, I can do this from the recording. That'll be fine. I'll do it from the recording. And then I would be like, all right, we're going to start the run whenever I hit enter on this command, and then it'll be in 3, 2, 1, go. And this actually loads the 32 track list and gets into it. Oh, nice perfect boost. Cool. Perfect starting boost, I think, is a 3-frame window of hitting Excel right when the number changes to 1 in the countdown. Like exactly when I believe it is. This is Crystal Caverns. It's a nice chill track. Kind of a good warm-up in a way. Nothing too crazy about it. Laps 1 and 2, I'm going to save this last boost before the line to do just a little bit of a corner cut right here. Boosts are primarily going to be used for cutting corners when possible, if it makes sense to do so. Also taking shortcuts. A lot of tracks have at least one sort of boost shortcut built into them like this, where that terrain, you will lose so much time driving through it without a boost. And then during the run, I can talk about a lot of things, like the mechanics of the game a little bit. For instance, how brake drifting tends to be one of the most useful techniques, and it's very similar to like F-Zero blast turning. Like we're in F-Zero, like it should like the older, like the older F-Zero games. You're like tapping your acceleration repeatedly around turns, and it kind of gives you more control. Similar to that, when you're going around turns in this brake drifting, you can be like tapping your brake button, and it gives you more control. Not quite gold, but that's better than the PB. Yeah. Gigalus is my second track, and I like it a lot because Galaxy Men is in their perfect starting boost. I'm having an idea, like maybe I'm going to donate a little bit for each starting boost, and right now I think I'm hurting myself because I'm 2 for 2. I think I'm like $5 for each starting boost. I don't know if I'm gonna... Okay, that's why I saved that boost in case I pulled that corner just a little bit bad. I felt like I was gonna do it bad. Oh, don't hit that wall. We're not getting gold on this track, that's for sure. This music is great. It's a bit quiet on the natural volume of it. Whereas some tracks are a little bit loud on their natural volume, so I think I'm in music set at a reasonable volume. As the run gets into it, I won't have like I won't be talking all the time. There'll be plenty of time for like donations and chat questions or whatever, stuff like that. So if I feel like I have a thing to explain about a track, it'll be like on maybe one of the laps, if maybe 2. Depends on the track. Certain tracks will have different different like routes per lap, actually. Untitled Forest in particular, we'll see in a little while. That one has, every lap is different on that track because of the different like uses of each boost and cutting different ways. Like there's a cut on lap 1 that you can't do because you don't start with a boost. It cuts like the first corner. It's not bad actually. 0.8 over PB. So the splits mod is nice because it just kind of puts it all in game. It just does the timing automatically. It's like having an auto splitter basically for every track. Hot Crater is the first of the few rally tracks I've chosen, or the point-to-points, whatever. Depending on which game you come from, you may want to call them like rally or point-to-point or whatever. But I'm not too fond of rally tracks overall, but some of them are really cool. Like this one is really, really neat. I like it a lot. This one has a very clearly labeled boost shortcut path. A lot of dirt there. It will slow you down a lot if you don't have a boost for it. Some tracks just do that. They have them very clearly labeled. It's obvious where your boost shortcuts are. This slope is cool because it accelerates you a lot. And then you have Yellow Springs, which instantly kill your momentum. It sets you to a set speed. Yellow Springs tend to do that. They tend to put you at a set speed going over them. Maybe I hit that corner a little bit wrong there, so it wasn't quite the exact line I wanted, but it's fine. Your boost shortcut coming in the middle. Yep. Obviously, there's a big ramp here, and you boost over it. And then that's our first instance of trick chaining. So the main mod that is in play is what's called Acrobasics, which is a different version of Acrobatics. Acrobasics tends to be the one, in my experience, is more popular on servers. It introduces Mario Kart style trick chaining, or like air tricking. Like you go off of anything that gives you like a jump. You can hit your brake button, not your item button, to get a cool trick. Oh wow, the timing was. I'll just do a little. Just didn't judge the timing there. That one was hard though, because I'm like, the cycle is barely like the worst place I could be. I'm not sure when it's going to go. I think I'm a little bit slow on this one. If I was slightly faster, I would be on where I expect to be in the cycle, but it's okay. Last turn's a little bit weird, because it tends to shove you really hard on the wall, so I like to do a lot of hard braking, and then get around this one and just slam this last boost. Yeah, see, I'm way off of gold there, so I expect to be faster at that point. So tighten up my corners and whatnot. Ballistic Reef has some really interesting slopes that force you downward at a certain velocity, which means you can do cool stuff like this. You get a free rainbow there by just basically doing a 360 on the ramp. Oh, I missed the thingy. A bit slow here then. That might throw off my cycle timing on the burner up here, we'll see. Here's the rainbow. Yeah, I don't trust it. I didn't trust it. And was right to not trust it. I'm not gonna make gold on this one by any means, because I had to go around that. The cycle on that one, you can just barely make it through. I'm just gonna go straight through instead of having to go around it like I did, and then you can boost through the water at an optimal angle. That might throw off my lap 2 cycle, we'll see. But yeah, the main difference between like modern Mario Kart with jump tricking and this is you chain them together. So you do them in sequence, the boosts get progressively stronger. And you'll see on some tracks that gets really crazy. It gets literally wild. Nope. Yeah, I didn't think so. Was intentionally not drifting there because maintaining the acceleration boost to get from a rainbow. Rainbow boosts last a long time, and you can kind of get away with non-drift turning in order to keep that acceleration going. But yeah, I was slow on that one too, so. Oh, dang it. Okay. I'm gonna burn this here just to get my acceleration back up. That cost me a little bit. Yeah, see, now I'm right on my time. Ugh. It's okay, my PB has several spots in which I can gain time currently still. My possible time gain, or like summit best, is like 1:07, I think. You don't see that in the splits mod. I have to do that externally. I just have a sheet with all my gold times in it. Started boosting drifting a little early there. I boosted early, but it's okay. This track has awesome music. This is one of the best. Well, one of the better Chemical Plant remixes I've heard. Chemical Plant music there are a ton of really good remixes of this song. Several good OC remixes in particular. This is like an 11-year-old cover remix, whatever you want to call it. 11 or 12, I think. It's very old, but it holds up quite well. That's what I wanted to do, lap 1. Hey, cut that one really tight like that. And you use the drift boost to kind of pull you into the direction you want. So one of the main things about the drifting in this game is when you release it for your boost, it pulls you in the direction you're facing, and you can use that to correct your vectors on turns in particular. Like, work on these guys. Those are kind of random. They go in weird random ways, so you have to react to them, and you don't want to hit them because it throws you up in the air and not in a good way. Ooh, good reaction there. Yep, almost went off the edge. straighten out for the finish. Okay, not bad. Under PB. A second between PB and gold, yeah. You can see in the top right, it always shows my PB and gold times. This one matches. That's another perfect. That's 3 perfects so far. Ooh, I'm doing well at those, actually. It's like a 3-frame window, I think. It's very tight. This is a vanilla track. This is one that's just in the game, in the base game. You get the chain? Nice. It's very tight, actually, to get that nice there. Let me boost over this grass. I've included a couple vanilla tracks because they're more fun with Acrobasics. We intentionally brake here to make sure we hit the 3rd ramp. And there's our first into the wild. It's cool. So when you get 4 of them together, you chain up to 4, you get a wild, and that's as strong as it gets. You can keep chaining wilds together and keep that momentum going, but the wild in particular gives you a huge boost to your acceleration. You get a lot out of it. Got it again? Nice. Wow. Yeah, this is one of the 2 vanilla tracks I include because they get a lot more fun with Acrobasics in particular. Oh, I didn't brake hard enough. Well, only radical this time. Wait, I could have popped off of that? That's never happened before. That might be a backup in case I don't brake hard enough there? I'm gonna have to test that later. You can probably trick off that little thing I helped, like, got a little air off of there. Probably. I got the wild, all 3, or nice, all 3, nice. That's the first time I think I've done this. This might be a gold. Well, no, I missed the wild on lap 2 though, so it might not gold. We'll see. It's gonna be tight. I'm pretty sure my gold has all 3 wilds on the back. Oh, I might still get it. Ooh, just golded it by 0.3. Let's go. Cool. So if I do that one perfectly, if I get the wild all 3 times and, you know, get the nice in the middle all 3 times, it'll be really good. This track has great music. And 4 laps of boost shortcutting. If my line is perfect, I can chain this together, but it has to be not on lap 1. You get slowed down by hitting the wall. And on laps 2, 3, and 4 here in the back, if you do it just right, you can, not that, you can actually get a wild on the back there, all the way to the line, but it's extremely tight. Because basically you have to get this part, like, super tight, and then to that, and you have not much of a window to do it. It is not often that I actually get it. This song is an absolute jam. Several of my tracks I chose because they have great music. A little bit weird here, but it might work out. No, it's not good. Okay. I came off that at a weird angle. Oh well. The game is honestly a bit slippery for a kart racer. If there's one thing I can kind of say to define it based on other kart racers, it's a little bit slippery. Just in general. Almost got it. You can tell when the window expires because you have like the little sparkle trail behind you. Oh, that was early. I wanted to hit the line and go like this, like curved into it early. That's fine. Yeah, you can tell when you're chaining your tricks together. There's a little sparkle trail behind you. It will be going for as long as you can chain the next one. There's a cool shortcut in this map, but you have to have more than one boost for it. You actually go on the ground level inside this turn. You need at least 2 to really do it. I didn't hit that. Okay, well, whatever. That messes up lap 2, actually. Yeah, basically you go just towards that sign, and it's all rough terrain down there. You can see it on the inside here down there. Yeah, it's definitely faster. It just requires at least 2 boosts if you pull it off properly. Slam myself around this corner with a boost to get a rainbow out of it. There's a big gap in charge time between the second and third drift boosts, the red and the rainbow. But the rainbow is, if you can do it, it's worth it. It gives you so much extra acceleration time. And there I just kind of slam a boost there and drift through the rough a little bit and use the exit with the level 1 boost just to pull out of it. If my line is just right, I can sometimes rainbow into this turn, but not usually. I'm not even sure if it's completely worth it, because I spend a lot of extra time drifting on the straight. And then lap 4, I just pull this boost early. Yep, down by a couple seconds there. That was expected. Oh, Pentagon, this is the first of the really fun 5 laps. Perfect. Cool. I have yet to get a flawless gold on this. There's a lot of room for error on this track. Many good mistake spots. Kind of like that. That last turn is so. There's a really exact line you can take that kind of works, but it's super actually hard to do it all the time. It's very inconsistent. But if I hit the shortcut jump on all 5 laps, I think it'll probably gold. It doesn't look like it's that hard to hit, but invariably I'll have one lap that just I just don't get the correct angle on it, and I hit the dirt, or just didn't get. Oh dang it, that was late. That kind of worked out. It was okay. Yeah, invariably I'll just miss the ramp. So if I don't do that, we can probably gold this. I find myself getting really into it on this track in particular, I'm leaning and stuff in my chair. I definitely don't need to be, but I do it because it's just involuntary. Almost got it. Yeah, if I hadn't messed up lap 3 on the turn there, it would have been just a little bit of a gold. Right, Mushroom Hill has a funny thing we do with the first turn. We use a bit of terrain to get some oh, I still got it. Okay, I'm surprised. No, it didn't chain to the. Oh, that's so weird that it didn't chain the third one. So if I do it right, I can get a radical off of that. So you drift into the inside there, and there's some. You get actually a little bit of air. It pops you up just enough. Counts as a jump, and you can trick off of it and keep it going. The main shortcut is here. Just go forward through the rough, and you get this top path with a bunch of boosters on it. I early called that booster just to get a next one out of the item boxes. So obviously in single player you're only going to get a single boost out of your items, but in multiplayer there are a whole bunch of different items you can get, like boosts and attack items and defensive items and whatnot. Dang it! Didn't get the right angle on it. If you don't get hard enough in on the angle, you just don't get the jump off of it. So I like the boost with the wind here just to set up the next drift here. Try to cut that really tight. Yeah. But if you can call your items early. You can hit the button to stop the roulette, but it gives you like a weaker version of it, and it kind of buzzes at you and flashes red. And that whatever you get from that is weaker in a way, and in the boost item in particular's case, it is just not as good. It just doesn't push you as far or as hard. There we go. And then it changed to that. And after you get done bouncing, you get a radical. Oh, out. Well, I'm just gonna do this. Not ideal, but I used that last boost to cut the inside anyway. And I had apparently a bad run on the PB of this, so it's like 10 seconds off of gold. Not sure what I did there. Don't remember. And for Robotnik winner, this is a 5-lap course that I really like, but a lot of people in my main group that I play this game with don't seem to like it that much. So I'm a minority enjoyer of this track. I think it's great. That's why I chose to put it in. The 5-lap tracks in particular can be really hectic in racing because they can just get really littered with obstacles like bananas and whatnot on the road. So it can turn into a real mess if you're on later laps, just to avoid all the stuff that's been placed everywhere. Yeah, there's you go farther up that ramp, you can see there's like blue springs that they basically throw you to the left at high speed, but it's not as worth it to go for those. You're better off just cutting the corner short, like I've been doing. Oh, a weird angle there. Because you can start with your first jump there, second here, off the reds into the third. Boost over that rough there. This one you use on the next lap to cut through the rough here. Track flow is really nice. Last boost I'm going to use early because there's not as much time to make use of it, and I just kind of fly like that and call it good. Oh, nice. That was a good gold, actually. Beat it by 2.1 seconds. I don't know how I did so well. I'll take it, though. Acropolis. This track is loaded with shortcuts everywhere. I'm not even going to be able to take them all because they're like shortcuts that are like parallel to each other in a way, where you could like take one of them or take a different one a little bit later. Like right here off to the left, you can see there's a ramp in the rough. I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take this ramp instead because I have timed it out, and this one's better. They're all boost shortcuts, basically. See, I call the item there early so I can have it in time for this. Otherwise, I'm driving through rough and it's not worth it. Now, that one right there, I just kind of call that next item early just so I can get myself out of the clouds earlier. Otherwise, I end up slowing down and losing time in them. This jump is actually interesting because with lower speed, you can't quite make that. Like you actually need a boost to hit that, make that jump. Like you can see with me being at 5, I'm like kind of almost just barely making it. Yeah, lower speed characters, if they don't have another boost for that, oh dang it, will not make that jump to exit that shortcut. So I guess now I can actually talk, since I mentioned speed, I can actually talk about it. So the game has 2 stats which are on sliders basically. You have speed and acceleration, and then weight and handling. Speed and acceleration obviously are just like opposite. If you have more speed, you have less acceleration, and vice versa. 1 to 9, 1 is acceleration, 9 is speed. And then weight and handling, 1 is highest handling, 9 is highest weight. Nice, perfect. That messes up my line for this, actually. Still got it. Wasn't expecting to go that hard. I just don't expect to get perfect boost because it's such a narrow window. That's gonna bump me on the top there, yeah. Such a really cool shortcut line. I love this line. It feels so cool. There's actually another shortcut in this map that kind of goes through. You see the exit of it right there. Oh, that was incorrect. I'm just gonna cut this. Okay. But that one's not as worth it compared to doing the big. Oh, F. Okay. I'll back up this little booster here. But the other thing with the stats is oh, camera in the wall. Okay. I have my camera settings pulled a bit farther back, so sometimes the camera goes in the wall, and this is just a thing I have to deal with. I have to live with it because my camera. What? There was rough there. What the heck? Where'd that come from? Why is there a rough spot there? I'm very confused. But, oh, dang it. That was bad. I tried to pull too hard into that one. Well, that messes up this track. Yeah, I have my camera distance set a fair ways back just to give me more visibility, particularly around me. I find it's really good for racing. Your default camera distance is actually pretty pulled in tight. Yeah, I lost a few seconds there, unfortunately. Both my camera height and distance have been adjusted. But I like the view it gives me better, so. But the last thing to go back about talking about stats is... Oh, dang it. You're supposed to do a radical there, but I didn't get the second one, which means I didn't get the third one. Okay, it's a weird one to hit the second one. It's an awkward angle. But this is only 2 laps, so I can only mess it up twice. Save this boost here for cutting inside on this little spinner dude. Which means my cycles are gonna be weird here. I'm not gonna be exactly what I'm expecting. I get to hit this one. Yep, okay, that works. But going back to stats. So I showed the stat screen at the very beginning, and the other thing about that is the closer you are to the bottom left corner, which is maximum acceleration and weight, the better your drift. I should have used that boost earlier, but not saved it for that point because that was done. But the closer you are to the bottom left corner, the faster your drift sparks build. So 5.7, what I run, is fairly close to the bottom left corner. Means I get pretty decent drift spark building rate, and I make use of that a lot. It's what I'm used to doing. It's very comfy. Technically speaking, for like single player racing, you probably want to have something that's more higher speed and handling. but I do a lot of online racing and multiplayer, so I like having kind of an even mix of acceleration and handling, or acceleration and speed, so I can have decent speed on the straights, but also recover from being hit and hitting walls, you know, because I'm not like the greatest at this game. Everyone hits walls every now and then. But, nice, perfect. Okay. My weapon hanger time is extremely optimized, so I have to be like super duper perfect to have a chance at hitting my gold. This is a cool shortcut. Another neat 2-lap course. Track, map, whatever. Oh, what? Never done that before. It kind of works out. I'm still... No, it doesn't. Okay, well... Supposed to get a wild on the back here. It's okay. Save this last boost for that corner there. Cut the inside. Weapon hanger's a good place to talk about springs, actually. So, there are different colors of springs. They function differently. For the most part, red springs will preserve your speed, while yellows will set you to a specific speed determined by the spring. For the most part. This is not a hard rule. Some maps will not necessarily follow this, is what's supposed to happen in the back here. Or in the middle, I guess. Then I hit this and get popped up. Yeah, you see how it kills your speed when you hit the yellow spring. Okay, whatever. This is already not a great weapon hanger, so... I'll be able to fly across the line in this one. Yeah. My weapon hanger gold is really good, so I'm not expecting to get anywhere close to it. Adele Trench. This is another really fun rally map. It has one of the... Nice. This... Oh, it's not worth it because I hit the wall. But if you get your starting perfect booster, you can actually go in the rough and hit the springs and get a little jump boost off them, but like you have to do it correctly. Not like I did. But so given that red springs generally preserve your speed, it is often good to, if you have a boost in your item box, to use a boost over them, because you'll get to preserve that speed in the air for a while. We'll use that a couple times in this track. There are certain specific jumps that are really good to boost over. Actually, hold all terrain jets can be hard to see the colors of the boosts, the springs, because of these ones are fine. And I just hit this here because there's a long drop here. You see my speed is stuck at 86. Yeah. So as long as you're in the air, your speed is generally set until you hit the ground, at which point you go back to whatever your regular top speed is. So pinning your speed up at like some boost speed is really good. Like here, Red Springs, pin it up at like 82, you can get up at 86 if you time it right. At least with 5.7. Different stats, of course, have different top speeds and benefits from boosts. That leads me to talking about actually the jump boosts in particular. The trick boosts, which actually are better for higher acceleration. So the way Acrobasics is performed, I haven't talked about acrobatics versus acrobasics yet, we'll get to that. But the way the Acrobasics is made, higher acceleration characters stats actually get more out of the trick boosts than speed. I think that's kind of just to make them more like, kind of, I don't know, agility based, basically. So it gives something to... That was only 0.6 off gold. Not bad. It gives a little bit of something to the acceleration players. Obsidian here has a really cool couple of shortcuts in it. Only one of them which I'm going to actually take. I didn't hold enough. If I can get a war at least. Okay, yeah. I just early call this one to hit this booster, and it carries me all the way to these. Hold this in a little bit to get some more speed off these reds, which actually set you to 59. Those might be lying reds. So not all spring colors are necessarily what they say they should be. Like red springs should carry your speed, but they don't always do it. And yellow ones should set you to a certain speed, but they don't always do that. It's like, did map maker follow the conventions, basically? That was too much braking. I get the wild. That's what I want to do here, yeah. I skim that item box, early call it. Hit that booster. And it red 60 to 59. Huh. Weird. So yeah, there are conventions for the spring colors, but you're not obligated to follow them as a map maker, but you should. You should make your springs consistent with other maps. That'd be cool. Yeah, all those springs are bouncy, and you can get trick chaining off of them, so it's really cool. Slow down and intentionally get a huge wild boost, and it just overall works out better. And a decent Oasis. I'm hitting Oasis, not amazing, but decent. Oh, especially I do that. Whatever. Supposed to fly over the line. I'm still ahead of PB by 12.1, so we'll take that. Molten Manor, really fun 2-lap. There's kind of a thing with, like, lava maps. If you look at the thumbnail when you're voting on a map in multiplayer, there's a lava map, you tend to not pick it, but some of the lava maps are actually really fun, like this one. And the music is awesome. First little shortcut here. The angle works out nicely to hit this. Got that just a little bit so I can boost and get some air time off of this. Drift brake real hard there so I can make that turn. It's just a slight cut here. Drift into that, so I've got the right angle coming out of it. That's a lap. That felt pretty good, actually. This could be gold. I think my Molten Manor is fairly tight. But we'll find out when we get to the line. Oh, I thought, no, no longer. Not gold anymore. The game's a little bit slippery. Like I said, if I had to describe it compared to other kart racers, it's just a little bit slippery. It takes some getting used to. But it's a lot of fun, and given the very good modding scene it has, I find it to be an extremely good kart racer. It's very accessible. You can just download it and play it. A second off, yeah. Not even a second, actually. 0.7. Okay, my Molten Manor isn't super tight. I can make that better. Florida Mansion, this is a crazy track with a unique mechanic. So you're going to see these blue orbs that are scattered all over the place. They give you extra temporary speed when you touch them. You're going to see that particularly on this down ramp here. You get a ton of speed coming down. You cannot brake hard enough to, like, not go super fast on it. It has great music. Like I said in the beginning, like, I chose a lot of tracks because they have really good music. This one's just really a lot of fun to play, too. It's really high flying and a lot of fun with all the jumps. Especially this jump in particular. Go through the grass here, get this jump. Take a cool shortcut at the end here. Brake really hard to get that turn, and there's a lap. Pretty good lap, actually. I think my floral isn't super optimal, so I might have a good chance of gold here. You can probably hear that I'm drifting in air. Air drifting is absolutely a thing. If you start a drift and you're still drifting in midair, like, you'll preserve your progress towards your drift boost. You can actually even release a drift in midair to correct your vector. This can be useful in certain situations. And then one more shortcut at the end. And pulled gold. Oh, almost. Oh, actually, no, 0.2. Got it. Cool. Very cool. I'll have a couple golds to record here. Cloud Top Spire. Really neat. Chill music. It's Hilltop themed. Hilltop from Sonic 2. There's a lot of I mean, obviously it's a fan game of a fan game. SRB2Kart. There's a lot of Sonic theming in the levels, obviously. It's just how it is, which is quite fine by me. One of my most liked series. Sonic 2 was one of my growing up games, so. Push that a little bit early. You might think you could chain a wild there, but it doesn't work out. You don't have quite enough time or chain time to actually get to that last jump. Unless you're going really fast, but not with the single player. You'd have to have more boosts, basically. Or like this one time I was in a race, I got shoved really hard over the jump by someone who was boosting and also high weight, and it sent me really flying, and I got a wild. I had no idea what to do with it. I just like smashed into the wall really awkwardly, and it did me more harm than good. Oh, I got it. Okay. It's really tight, but you can get it. Turns out. That's actually the first time I've gotten that wild there. I wasn't expecting it. I use that boost there just for a little corner cut, as opposed to cutting that bigger corner there, but you lose a boost. Like, it's never worth cutting a corner if you lose out on an item box for it. Almost gold. Yeah, my Cloud Top Spire is pretty good. I think if I get that wild at the line on laps 2, in lap 2, like, or at the end of laps 1 and 2, you know what I mean, beginning of 2 and 3, might actually be able to improve that significantly. So this is F-Zero Mute City. There are two, that I'm aware of, two F-Zero tracks, and they both have a unique mechanic to them in that you go faster. You'll notice my top speed normally has been like mid-60s. My top speed on these is going to be significantly higher because they just go faster. Yeah, Mute City and Big Blue are the two F-Zero tracks I'm aware of that have been made. Oh, got the funny little jump there. Similar to Mushroom Hill, you can kind of just get a silly little trick off of that corner, the inside of that corner. But yeah, you get to go fast. See my booster pushing me over 100, easy. Regular top speed like 70-ish. There's so much extra acceleration going on. It's hard to see like what your regular top speed is. There's a lot of boosting on this course. The energy refill trips do nothing. They're just cool. They're thematic. Get this here this time, actually. You're going so fast, it's actually really hard to corner tight on this track. Oh, I cut it too hard and I didn't get the funny jump, as we like to call it. .2 off, yeah. Yeah, I mean, zero's pretty tight, actually. Turn my gold. All right, Untitled Forest. This track is unique in this run. Kind of unique. I think it's actually the only track that nice, perfect, that I run that has a different route for all 3 laps. Like a different boost routing. On lap 1, you get to cut this corner with this boost, because there's one right here. This turn is such an easy rainbow, it's really satisfying. And we save this boost here, because after the line, we cut this corner through the grass. And then there's some funny terrain there. If you take that line just right and basically hold brake, you get 2 jumps. You get a nice out of it. Funny terrain. And then since we're not cutting the corner after lap 3, obviously, because lap 3 is the last lap, we're gonna take a, oh dang it, we're gonna modify the route again. Yeah, that little, if you take that ramp and just like inside right near the grass and you just hold it, you might get the double. It's not consistent, but funny terrain. We're actually gonna pop this one right here. Really call this one, and you take this little path up here, which is not worth taking on the first 2 laps because you want to save your boost for after the line to cut that corner. So, Inferno Citadel. This is another fun 5-lap. It's a long 5-lap actually. It comes in at 2.5 minutes, which is about a bit long. About as long as you see tracks usually go in this game. About 2.5 minutes, close to 3 maybe. Short ones are like 1.5 minutes. The average is about 2 minutes for a full race. Really good music again. My line is wrong there, so I'm just going to cut the inside and not go for the boost pad. And drift nearly far enough out. Yeah, you can see anytime you get like those grindy sparks coming out, that's when I'm drift braking. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Take that drift really wide to hit that boost pad. It is overall worth it. That one back there before this turn, not worth going for. It's such a weird angle to go for, and you don't get enough out of it. Oh, awkward. Made it. Okay, it worked out. Not ideal, but it's... Didn't die. Didn't go in the lava, so hey. The shortcut turn in this map is a kind of a specific set of inputs, and sometimes you just do it wrong. Did it again. It works out. Again, not in the lava. I'm intentionally making sure that I get a drift boost before those red springs, so they are not quite enough to get you over that gap, over that jump if you're going slow. Like, you'll just fall in the lava. Because I'm coming out of that corner like a weird angle, I'm braking a lot on purpose, so I just intentionally make sure I'm getting a drift spark, a level 1 boost just to get over that jump. Warped Woods, kind of a tricky track. Again, great music. I was early, but it still got the boost. I haven't had any no boost yet. If you go just too late, you get no boost at all, so. Use our boost here on this shortcut. You get to kind of drift through the whole thing. You can see air drifting. It, again, preserves your boost progress. So they get to get a level 2 out of the exit, that shortcut, no problem. I like to hit that booster there if I get to save it, just to get some more air time, or use on the inside of that, depending on what I'm feeling. Yeah, that last boost I kind of save in case I somehow mess up that corner, because it's kind of tight getting the boost pad and then not going in the hole. I keep that as a safety boost just in case I mess something up and I need to like get back up to speed, or in case I fall off and really need to recover. Going in the hole, it's not good. Yeah, that room with the conveyors going on I like to kind of hold my drift a bit longer, just try to shove the boost more towards the going uphill part. You can see there's some other jump opportunities, like that shortcut there, not as worth it as the one later on that I saved my boost for. There's a long section of track here with no items, so yeah, timed it out. I mean, I've timed all these out, obviously, because I need to figure out what the optimal lines are, but yeah, this is the better shortcut to take. You can almost rainbow that. It's a bit awkward to do so. But if the line is okay, I can try for a rainbow there, but I don't think usually I'm going to go for it. Yeah, there it is. I felt it, but I couldn't really, like, do anything about it. Because once your vector is once you're on the vector for it, you're like, well, can't really do much about this. I'm going to go in the hole, aren't I? Yeah. By the time you figure out that you're going in the hole, it's just like too late. You're already on the boost pad, and then, well. Alright, Blue Mountain. This is the second of 2 vanilla tracks I've chosen because they get more fun with mods, with Acrobasics in particular. I still want to talk about Acrobasics versus Acrobatics. So Acrobatics is not like, you don't just hit a button and get a trick boost and you chain them together. Instead, while you're in the air, you get like a meter, and you have to like try to hold that meter, like hit it as like close as possible to like the top of it without going over. It's like an active reload sort of thing in like FPSs. Like you're trying to hit a specific, like as far up the meter without hitting like the top of it or whatever. And by doing so, you can get like wild on almost every jump. It's crazy. But Acrobasics tends to be the more popular from what I've seen in online servers. Okay, get this funny little wild chain on the back end here. Yeah. I only discovered that fairly recently, actually. For the longest time, I didn't know that you could get that first jump off that little corner of the ice. But I was playing around with this track and discovered that. I was like, oh, you can chain that, I bet. Sure enough, you can actually just get a wild on the back end. Yeah, this first boost I like to just get back in momentum here because these ice caves are terrible to get through. That ramp is not worth it. It's much better to save this boost for shortcutting through the snow here. So after Blue Mountain, this gets crazy. The last 7 tracks I put up for Blue Mountain are kind of like the finish strong part of the run. It's going to lead off with Gelf, which is an insane track, and there's more insanity to come. Gelf is the most insane. Also, you can do a free 360. It doesn't do anything, but it's just fun. Oh, okay, I hit the wall. I go for the radical for funsies. Yeah, okay. I like to call that cave the skate park because you can just do some extra jumps there. It's cool. That's not necessarily worth it, but like I think having hit the wall, that was the best thing I could have done, is recover with a radical off of that. Just take the 2 jumps, and it looks cool, so. I might not get the angle. No, I got it. Okay, cool. I'm again holding brake there to make the 4th jump, otherwise I'm going a bit too fast to actually get it. Yeah, that messed me up a little bit. Almost 2 seconds under. I'm not that far off a PB, actually. It is. I lost a lot of time on Warped Woods by falling in the hole. All right, here goes Gelf. Good luck. Nice, perfect. I intentionally saved this booster because I go for a maneuver. Get it. Let's go. First lap, got it. Okay, this was the fun part. Got it. No, I didn't chain. Wow. Okay, well I got most of the lap. You can actually chain that all the way back to this part here if you do it just right. This might be actually a really good. This might just gold Gelf because of that. If I don't mess up the. I called it early. It's not good. I got what I didn't want actually. Supposed to hit the yellow springs, but I got over the water somehow anyway, which was weird. I wasn't expecting it, and then I fell in. So. Gelf is hard. This is an incredibly technical track to do extremely well. Yeah, you usually hit the tree there. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Use this boost to get back up to speed. I'm drifting the wrong way. I counter-drifted. It works out because I hit the tree. With the net and just... Gelf is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna slow down, let this item build up to a full boost, and try to hit the yellow springs. And get 2 laps. Let's go. Oh, beautiful. We got a good gold on Gelf by like 10 seconds. That's not even the best it can be. Cool. Live gold on Gelf. Let's go. All right, Vermilion. This one might be the most single technical shortcut in this run. I probably won't nail it all 3 laps because it's incredibly difficult. But we'll see if I get it. The setup begins back here. A little bit slow, so I'm not going to get the full chain, but it's okay. We get enough extra speed. If I can get the... Nope, didn't get the wild. Okay. Yeah, the gold on this one optimally is about 1:30 if I do it right all 3 laps. You see I have yet to hit that. My gold is currently 1:44. This track is actually extremely difficult. Oh, that was awkward. I'm gonna have to not take the jump here. Okay, I didn't even drift and hit the thingy. Well, so much for a chance at a good Vermilion. Skimmed that red spring and not enough to actually hit it. Oh well. It's fine. Vermilion's a really hard track. Maybe by lap 3 I can get the full chain. Basically you have to get the wild built here and then hook this really tight and boost into the rough. Not like that. Oh man. Well, where am I ending up? Back here. Okay. We're going around the other way. Get to see a different part of the track. It's so awkward. We'll take a different shortcut. We'll just cut inside and get this one instead. And get a radical to the line. Okay. Well, not even a few seconds over gold. It's fine. We're still over PB by 11.1, so that's cool. Splashdown? Yeah, Splashdown. This is one of our favorite tracks in our little racing group. Got the perfect. Starts off with immediately a little shortcut here. You're gonna see a lot of moto bugs in this track. The pack it's from also has one of our favorite tracks, which you will see at the very end, called Motobug Motorway. We have kind of a thing where we usually end our racing sessions by specifically picking Motobugs, so I put it at the very end of the track list because tradition. This track actually has different music for all 3 sections, too. It's neat. Save this boost so I can do a little inside corner here. A little bit of cutting through the rough. This game is even more slippery underwater, I would tell you. It's almost like being on ice. But not quite. So I like to... In the back part there, I like to do one more little like counter drift just to put myself back on a good vector to get not on the rough in the middle of that bit back there where the paths kind of reconverge. This jump, we save this boost for cutting this. Sometimes that nerd is in a weird random position. I gotta dodge him. He's fine this time. I take that one pretty tight intentionally just to make sure I don't fly off the edge and end up in the water, because I do it fairly often if I don't break that one super hard. There's this crisscross jump action in the middle. I don't subscribe to that. I'd rather just do this. Just take the straight lines whenever given. And I touched the rough there for no good reason. It is better to take this path up here because you get more jumps out of it. You get to cut this grass. I wasn't on a good line to hit that booster, so just drift instead. Yeah, that boost pad right there is weird to hit on that line. It's just like kind of like a narrow vector to actually hit it. If it doesn't feel good, I don't go for it. And then boost the line. That was a Motobug PB, or not a splashdown PB by almost 4 seconds. Still not perfect. All right, Omega. This is the most technical track. I know I've said that a couple times. I'm gonna shut up. Didn't die, it's okay. I'm gonna just take this corner normally and return to the route and call it good. Okay. Okay. Decent lap 1. This is an excellent goal time. Oh, cool. Wow, that you see that just took 15 more seconds off my PB. Yeah, my optimal Rainbow Omega is like about a 120, so that was extremely good. Nice, perfect. All right, now I get to cool down with Choo Choo, whatever this one's called. Choo Choo Space Station. Space Stadium, yeah. This is a fun track with good music. I boosted early. You're supposed to actually, you can hold that, you can pop that boost later and actually get more speed off the red springs, which is better. Because red springs, again, generally preserve your momentum. I love this music so much. It's just a groove. Oh, I missed the thing by like a frame. Okay. I was actually like between them, which was really dumb. I thought I was gonna be lined up for the next one. I was a little bit too far to the left. See, I hold that one just a little bit longer, and you get more speed in the air over the jump. It's worth it. It's worth it like a little bit. I wasn't sure if I could cut inside on that one. I didn't go for it. Yeah, these little boost thrusters move in a set order, in a set interval, so you can kind of tell where they're going to be. You just look at the cycle, basically. And really, like, it's all cycle based, so if you race the same way every time, you'll get the same result. Yeah, Omega Rainbow Road, if there's one track I've practiced the most in this set, it's that. It is a track that is, by itself, in a vacuum, it's like whatever. It's just a Rainbow Road track with a bunch of bouncy sides all over the place and some tricky turns. But with Acrobasics, it becomes an absolute crazy, super technical, chain all the jumps together fun fest. I love it so much. It's my favorite in the set. It is the one I put the most time into. It is extremely difficult to pull off correctly. Most servers by default, that is a hell map. Hell maps are ones that I got a gold on Chew. Wow, okay, cool. I didn't think it was that good. Hell maps are generally maps that are not in the normal rotation, like they will not come up in normal voting. You have to specifically pick hell maps, like by inputting a server command. Nice, perfect. I don't want a perfect here, actually. But whatever, it's fine. I think the perfect actually is slightly slower because I don't get a radical off of those jumps. Final Fall is super cool. There's a lot of high flying here. It's actually, despite how technical it looks, it's not that bad to execute. Execution on it's pretty consistent once you just know the route. It's not that difficult to play, that's what I mean to say. Yeah, Omega's super hard. But I love it a lot. It's my favorite track. Every time it comes up in a race, I'm just like, oh man, can I pull off the 120? I never do. It's so hard to actually pull off the route and get like a 120 on it. Because the moment you fall off and your route is in shambles and you have to recover and it's just not together anymore. Save this boost for this. This is all rough in here. And lap 2 is a little bit different. I get to go up here instead. The effect is the same. There's the radical. That's how lap 1 should start off, honestly. With the radical, it's a little bit better, slightly. Then getting a perfect boost. Ooh, we get to go underneath. Okay. And hit the thing because I'm off cycle. Okay, that's fine. I didn't react to that properly. Well, so much for good Final Fall. I hit the dangly. Yeah, so slopes in this game are however the map maker decides to do them. This game runs in GZ Doom. Slopes are very inconsistent from track to track. Like you'd expect those slopes to push to like gravitationally push you like downward, like towards their lower side. They don't. They're like flat ground in terms of how you steer on them. It's really weird. If I do this right, I can get some post-line wilds. Nope, didn't line up right. Okay. Last track is Motobug. I'm way under PB. This is good. This would be a great video. No, perfect for Motobug. It's fine. It's a 3-frame window. If Motobug goes well, I get to take this this like central shortcut on the inside all 3 laps because the cycle works out for it. If it goes well. Laser's going. Okay, those motobugs are kind of random. You have to react to them on every lap and just kind of figure out where they're going, where they are, and whether you can. Those ones too. Well, they're on a cycle, but you have to react to where they're going to be by the time you get there. Yep. Okay, that was slightly forced, but it works out. The window was closing. I had to go for it. I hit a slight bit of rough there, so it wasn't perfect, but I got through it. I pushed the button. I definitely pushed the boost button. I disagree. Okay, it's awkward now. No gold motobug. It's fine. I probably tried it like just barely too early before I was actually on the ground. The back end wild is so cool. Now the cycle is way open. I get it for free basically. So if the center shortcut basically is effectively closed because of the position of the motobug, you can go off to the side and use your boost to not interact with the crossover jumping, where you can have mid-air collisions, which are always fun. Exactly the same as in Splashdown, where you just choose not to interact with that feature and instead just go take a straight line. And time. I would have talked about whether it's time. That's still a gold? Oh, shut up. I don't like that's a... No, wait, it's a PB. Never mind. Never mind. It wasn't gold. I saw the red text up in the top one. I was like, that's a... That was a 36.6 second PB, so that's cool. Several golds I need to go record on the sheet. Awesome. Yeah. That's the run. So I would be talking about that there'll be marathon time coming up on the last lap, but yeah. Last track, I'd be like, this is the last track. The end of the third lap is time. So, yeah, that's 107.14, which would put my actual real-time run at like 1:14:44-ish, because it adds about 7.5 minutes with all the like between track times, the transitions and whatnot. So yeah, real-time adds 7.5 minutes is what I timed it out to. So yeah, and I would set my estimate probably about 15 minutes on top, 10 to 15 minutes on top of that, because I want to have some, like the preamble in particular, like showing off like how to load the mods and demonstrating like autoaccel and the restat and stuff like that. So a couple minutes pre-run. So I just build that into my estimate basically. So yeah, that's the run. I'm gonna stop the recording here and get this uploaded. I'm recording it in glorious 10K, 10 kilobits, 10,000 kilobits. So it's gonna take a while to upload. I'm gonna get on that. Yeah, thanks for watching. You can look forward to this run being in Indython on July 2nd or 1st. First or 2nd. I run at like midnight Pacific time. So assuming that the schedule doesn't change, if nothing about my life changes, it'll be at like midnight Sunday morning, whatever the Sunday is, I think. So yeah, you can look forward to that. That's what I'm submitting it for. It's already been accepted, but I'm just improving the submission video for future marathons to make it, look better. Because I did it in like it was on the tail end of a stream in which I standard stream at like 4K VPS. It did not look great. This game has a lot of motion. It's a kart racer, so it needs more quality. So that's why I'm re-recording this to make it look better. Cool PB in recording. So amazing. All right, thanks for watching again. If you like it, let me know. I might post more kart content on YouTube in the future here. Yeah, just let me know. Drop a comment, like the video, follow me, find me on Twitch. That's where I do most of my actual streaming. I do multi-worlds twice a week and a little bit of kart content here and there, maybe some mid-week races and speedruns and stuff. So yeah, come hang out. I'm glad to see you. Glad to have you. Come say hi. Yep, I'm gonna get here and stop rambling. Have a good day, everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching.